बिहान उठी महरै बसे जाउँछु नजाउँ गाउँमै भए डर लाग्यो गर्छ कि पो आशा जाउँ पनि त कसले दिन्छ पैसा
What's up, guys? What's up, guys?
Hello.
What's up? Hello.
What's up?
Yes,
Well, today I have the members of my band Dirt Machine here with me. Pretty excited for this one. So, tell me, man, how are you boys doing?
Good, great, okay, fine.
Pandemic, lockdown, everything going good.
so far so good, so what?
Nice. And Reuben, this is your second time on my podcast. So,
Dude,
what do you feel about that, man?
lightning strikes twice, baby. Lightning strikes twice.
Dude, are you coming for free or are you getting paid for this podcast, Reuben?
Hey, that's just between me and Namgel, okay?
Yes.
Like, yeah. So let's not discuss that over here. And Namgel, let's talk later, okay?
Yeah, we'll do that. Okay, guys. Now, just for the people who watch this, can you give, talk about yourselves? Don't pause.
Okay.
You guys know me, right? You guys know me. Who am I? I'm Rigyal. And yeah,
From the movie,
I
who am
play
I?
guitars. Who am I? Yeah. So, yeah, and yeah, what else, man? That's all, right? My name.
Karma.
What else? Tell.
Hi, my name is Reuben Aditya, all the way from Mangalore. I fulfill the drumming duties here at Dirt Machine, along with playing the most sexiest instrument known to man and womankind, the drums. So I do fulfill the drumming duties, yes. And I've been doing that for the past 2 years right now. And it's been a fantastic journey. Looking forward to the future, living in the present.
Reuben is into drums and bums. Okay, Karma.
Hi, guys. This is Karma here, basically from Sikkim, right now in Bangalore. So I play as a bassist for the band Dirt Machine. So been in this band for, I guess, from 2014 onwards, 2014 Feb. That's the first concert I think I remember, right, Namgal? We
Yes.
had at Ramaya near some cafe near Ramaya College. I remember that.
Oh, that's a long
So
story. Yeah, we
since
can talk about that as
since
well.
14th of Feb, that was Valentine's Day on I think 2014. Since then, I've been part of this band.
Let's talk about what's going on now, man. Like, how are you guys coping up with time? How's music doing for you guys? How's your personal
Music-
space growing now?
Yeah, music is the only savior right now, man. Music is like among the all saviors. Like music is number one. It's there in the list. That's what's keeping us going every day.
But live scene and all, everything, you know the situation right now. So let's hope this gets over as soon as possible. Then we can again go back and hit the stage. So that's what we're planning for our new songs, and also it's pending for the recording. And also, let's hope if this gets soon as over, then we'll be hitting the road with new songs and all.
Awesome. Yeah, I think that's a true point, right? I mean, regardless of what's happening right now, we still are coming together, in one way or the other. We are still trying to make songs, working on originals. Hopefully everything, just gets back to normal soon. And then we can get
Yeah,
back
these
to
are very
the studio.
these are very bleak times. These are very bleak times. These are very bleak times, and you need something to look forward to, man.
Yeah.
And there's nothing like putting out your own or original content. If you're not putting it out there, you're working on it. You got to keep the mind working. As I mentioned in the first podcast, you got to keep the mind working. Stay positive. That's what the four of us are doing at the moment, and. That's how it continues. I mean, look at us right now. We're in your podcast talking about what's happening as a band. Can't ask for anything better.
But congrats to Namgil as well, right? Apart from the band, he worked on his own original kind of indie kind of numbers. But it was like, I think he got around like 3 different tracks that he made on his own. The first track was pretty good with the good video recording, and also in future, hopefully, we have our own like the video recording done by the band member, every recording and all, since he has set up the home studio and all. So it's like a positive thing for the band right now, going in the right direction.
Yeah, Karma, I'm
And
glad you brought
by the
that
way,
up, man.
guys who is
Thank you.
watching this podcast, please go ahead and subscribe his channel. We have 2 YouTubers from our band. Namgil, vocalist, he has his own composition, indie kind of composition. Apart from that, our lead guitarist Rigyal, He's one of the awesome guitarists with clean hand. So guys,
See,
please go
man.
and subscribe both their channel.
And if you guys want anything from the dark web, please contact Karma.
No.
If you want
Karma's light went off. Oh shit, Regal's also.
I like. I like how this is going, dude.
Karma wants to speak, but he can't. Just look at him, bro. All right, let's go back to the Sikkim tour. I mean, that was, I believe, as a band, our biggest achievement till now, right? So,
So far.
so how are you taking all of that? Let's start with Rigyal.
Man, Sikkim tour was, when I started, it was kind of scary for me, man. It was like, because that's where Sikkim is where I picked up music, right? And then going back there and performing again in front of almost people. Even I didn't know like many of them.
Oh, this is us being Metallica
So one thing,
right here.
yeah,
Yeah.
one
was-
thing,
Our Metallica moment.
God.
Yeah.
Sikkim tour.
one, yeah,
Look at this
One
sexy
pause.
boys here, man.
this was in Canggu. Baba
Yeah,
But
Bajaj.
this is a nice pick, dude. I
Yeah,
didn't
it's a
get
nice
this pick. Who took this pick? Who took this pick?
Pema.
Pema.
Okay.
Shout out to Pema. Shout out to Pema.
Yeah.
Shout out to Pema. Oh
So, like,
my
sharing your
God.
experience about the sharing
Dude,
your experience.
we look
about
like the uncle band from the 80s, man.
Dude, we are the uncle band from the 80s. Like, I don't know what you're talking about, but we are the uncle band from the 80s.
I compare myself to One Direction, man.
Dude, you are the direction, man. You are you are the direction.
So it was kind of scary, a lot of nervousness. And but then when we finished it, by after the fourth the show that happened, I was kind of relieved. But then I felt like experienced in a lot of ways, man. Especially I think not just playing wise, in a lot of aspects. So yeah, man, I would say Sikkim was scary for me, man. The first tour was like a little bit scary, and I think I was constantly in my head, man. Like, okay, I shouldn't do this. I shouldn't screw up while performing this show and all that. But yeah, as there is a saying, this will pass it. So that also passed.
Yeah, I mean,
So, yeah.
I think I also had the same kind of feeling, a little nervousness. Of course, I was a little scared as well because you never know. It was the first time you're going to your hometown and performing, and I mean, we still are not that big, but just performing to that few number of crowd was also like a big thing for us.
I can imagine what you guys are going through, man. Like, it's your hometown. This is your turf. And, for me, it was just like, hey, an experience playing with the band. But for you guys, it's like hometown glory. You guys are back to your roots.
And I think, this Sikkim thing has somehow become like a sort of a beginning, I don't know for you guys, okay, but for me, man, sort of a beginning of this musical aspect, in my life, and not just playing, and then be like, okay, I'll just play and then I'll leave it. Not in that sense, but in a different way. I guess you guys know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, I mean, basically, your third eye has opened up.
Not completely, man. If my third eye opens, shit, I'll not be here, man. So, but yeah, it's like
In Thailand, it's called Matavati in third eye.
Oh, thank you for the information.
Yes,
okay.
thank you.
Yes, that's what we need right now, man.
Our translator, Karma, is helping us.
The reason being I was
with
watching
everything.
the reason being I was watching a horror movie in Netflix. Okay,
Yeah,
There's movie Third Eye Part 1 and Part 2,
Yeah.
and the translation of the third eye means Matabatin in Thailand.
Okay,
Yeah, so please get off Netflix and start practicing.
Karma, what's your take on the Sikkim tour?
Many things. Okay, first of all, like it feels like you are going to a home ground and playing. Okay, first of all, like I said, right, from my school days, I used to sing and all, but just in a school auditorium and all. I never been outside like pub singing and all or playing guitar, anything like that. So this was my first experience playing with the band and going to a pub or hitting the stage and playing it. So it's like kind of a different experience, okay, when you face a lot of people like from your hometown and playing in front of them. So actually, I felt proud as well because we were able to how many like three or four back-to-back tours that we did in Sikkim, right? And it's not about just playing factor for me. It's about like how we manage that sound because different venue had different sets of speakers or the amp you can say, right? But we manage in like how the amp drum were, but everyone like managed it so beautifully, and the crowd also loved the way we played over there, right? So everyone supported us, so that was the big, what do you say, positive factor, okay, like getting into this music and all. And honestly, like before joining this band, right, I was introduced by Pema, that is Rigyal and Pema has been like growing together, they are best friends, right? So
Shout out to Pema.
yeah, shout out
Yeah.
to Pema. Yeah. So like I got introduced like basically my concept with regards to music was more into metal, heavy metal kind of music, right? Where I used to listen like in rock you can say Guns N' Roses and all. Then like in metal kind of music I was into more of like Iron Maiden and all. So later on, well, like when I got along with these guys with Namgil and Rigel and all, they gave me a different perspective of the music. Okay, okay, there are bands like Alice in Chain, Foo Fighters, and all. Though I've listened few numbers of Foo Fighter track, but I was not deeply into that, like Incubus and all. They told me like you can expand your music into different kind of forms, like listen to this kind of bands and all. So that nowadays I feel the broadness of and the ideas of the music in my mind has grown actually.
Hey man, I mean, as long as it changes you positively, that's always a great thing. And I think we should be proud also, right? I mean, the way we pulled off the tour,
Absolutely.
regardless of we had no help at all.
Yeah.
I mean, we didn't have a management and all, but we still
Yeah,
managed to
and
do it. And what do
kudos
you
to
feel?
kudos to Namgil. Kudos to Namgil for like making all those calls. I'm mentioning it again. I'll keep on mentioning it because no matter how many times I keep telling it, it's just not enough. Man, like hell or high water, he got those gigs. He was the point of contact, so you can't ask for anything better. Coming back to your question,
Sure.
we it's all about whatever we had, we managed it so well because we know our instrument, we have some idea of it, so we could just like give and deliver. And we were put in the limelight in a positive and a negative way, and we took that so well. We were like, hey, how do we deliver that tone? And we sat on it, broke our heads, and eventually we found a way.
And we forgot to mention Nikhil over there, who has been absolutely backbone for our tour.
Yeah, that stumbling thing was like,
He
damn. I
stumbling
think,
Yeah,
everywhere,
man.
actually going from Gangtok Group till Namchi, everywhere he was there with us to help us. So shout out to Nikhil bhai.
Yeah.
Yeah, and by the way, if
yeah,
you do not know, Nikhil was the first drummer for Dirt Machine.
Yes.
I'm the second drummer,
Mm.
and he's such a fantastic drummer. He's such a kind person, so knowledgeable, and more importantly, he's there to help you. And you're facing a problem, he's also going to like rattle his head and be like, "Dude, let's work together." That's something that is so good about him. You can't ask
Yeah. Well, the thing is,
for anything better.
yeah, he goes way back. Before Dirt Machine as well. I mean, if you remember, we were in the band called Scissor and the Grass. Right.
Yeah.
So that's when we started, and
oh, yeah.
we participated in a few programs here and there, fest events, and luckily we were able to win the prelims of IIT Kanpur as well. I think that's how we were really motivated. That was the Indigo show. So yeah, so Scissor and the Grass was when we started. Then Nikhil had to leave Bangalore for his own reasons, and then we started looking out for another guy. We found a bassist.
Basis
Yeah,
I
Which one?
remember because like he had a hand fracture on his birthday
yeah.
itself, right?
That's how
13th or
the
14th
that's how
night. Yeah.
the thing with Karma started. So the Feb 14th show he was talking about. This was, I think, in Cafe Rossini in near Ramaya College, and that was
Yeah,
our first
Dollars
show together.
Colony,
Yeah,
Ramaya.
we had a different basis. He was a guy from Nagaland, I believe, and he was doing his studies in St. Joseph's. He was Nikhil's friend. So he started playing for us. We started jamming together, practicing, And then on the very day the show was supposed to happen, he broke his hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, he broke his hand, and we were like really shit scared. So that's when we, Pema suggested us Karma, because he used to play guitar and all that. So
Shout out to Pema.
Yeah.
Shout out to Pema.
so
Yeah.
so we meet the night before the show. I think 1 or 2 days
That's
before
how
the show.
Caesar
Yeah.
and Grass got.
And we asked him to pick up the I don't know how many songs we had, maybe 14, 15 songs.
14 songs.
15 songs, yeah, he still remembers that. So he picked up everything in one night, and the next day we were performing together. So that was a great enthusiasm that this guy Karma showed, and I think from then we just started gelling on together, and started forming the
I
band.
think
And
for
of
me,
course,
like basically playing till
Mhm.
now, it's great help was from the Namgil end, because when he formed this bands, I think most of the instruments were bought from his side. Even the bass guitar I used to use, he had bought a Cort bass guitar. I still remember. So I had played that guitar for almost like 2 to 3 years. So that's how I started learning bass. Later on, I bought my own bass. But before that, bass guitar, everything, all the guitars, equipments, and all, Namgil had bought it for the band. So
Yeah.
great thanks to Namgil, because it was how I started playing bass and all.
Now getting back to the scene right now, let's talk about what's happening in social media. All right, just
Well,
yeah.
well, a lot. Like, I mean, if you what's happening in social media, a
Yeah,
lot of
there's a
positive,
lot,
a
but
lot of
a few
negative.
things to talk about, like not in terms of who's posting what, not in those terms, in terms of like what's coming up now. There is knowledge, there's education in it. There's also negativity. There's also the backlashes of being too much in social media. How do you like? What's your perception on all of these?
Well, let me start by saying that take what you want and leave the rest. With all the content
True,
that's
of
being,
course, that's a
yeah,
genuine thing to
yeah,
follow. But
yeah, with all the
apart
content
from all
that's
that,
being like literally,
yeah,
yeah. See, there's like so much content being thrown at your face at the moment. You know, for as we speak, this is also content that's going to go online. But we're having a genuine talk over here.
but
You
do
know,
you
we're
think
having
do you think
laughs. You know, it's
coronavirus
content.
has
It's
helped that? I'm sorry to cut you off, but do you think the COVID situation now has helped
Yeah,
in
for sure,
this
man.
social
For
media thing?
sure, for sure, for sure. Because we were in that hustle, and now everything has come to a standstill. We are deviating and seeing how that's going to work out. You know, we were living a different life. Now we are living this life, so we have to pertain to whatever is happening in this life. For sure.
Absolutely. What about you, Rigyal?
Exactly. I think it's like in any situation you take it, man. It's up to you what you want to make out of it, man. Now the COVID situation, you gotta stay home, right? You gotta do your own shit. But the thing is, what are you gonna make out of the time, right? What are you gonna make out of time? So this COVID situation, if it had not happened, maybe we would be going out jamming and looking out for live shows. But I think right now we are focusing more on our own, projects and compositions that are coming in the future, right? So it's giving us more time to focus on that. So I think any situation, it is it is up to you how you take it, man. Like sometimes, like it's like saying, no matter how much money you give to the rich, they're always looking for more, right? So I'm just giving like a just a vague idea. So I mean, there's nothing much to say about this. It's like everybody has their own perception of how things are and whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
But you just follow your own, man. You just follow your own, follow your heart. Do your stuff. And if you want to make art, get it out there. Nobody can stop you, man. Nobody can stop you. Only you can stop yourself. Oh my God, that was a
Oh,
harsh answer.
oh, dropping some big words. Dropping big words. Dropping some big words.
Oh
Oh,
my
mic
God.
drop. Like pen drop moment.
What about you, Karma?
It's basically for me, it's like self-realization time. Like stay home. Okay, like it's not that like there's a saying like prevention is better than cure. So it's the time where we have to prevent ourselves from getting infected as per the situation that we have right now. So
Yes,
being like,
absolutely.
see, apart from being a band members, like every one of us are well educated to know that what we have to do in the current scenario. what we have to do, like to progress further, like without affecting mentally your health, everything. So that's how like we have to progress right now. So we should be like more careful of dealing with things in a certain manner, right? It's not that like being a responsible like person, like you should like listen to some things like which are actually guiding you in a positive direction. So what I believe is like listen to those things in a positive direction. And yeah, from with regards to the music and all, yeah, live scene everyone knows is badly affected, because I feel bad also. It's not about, see, let's say as an example, four of us in a hypothetical like situation, we four are working. Let's say as an example, there are other many live bands in Bangalore who typically directly depend on the music factor, playing the live scenes and all. So those persons, like those band members, will be badly affected. So I feel bad for them as well, in terms of me being a musician myself. But apart from that, just pray, like let's hope that this situation gets over as soon as possible, so that everyone, like, it's the bread and butter, right? Everyone who is a full-time
Yes,
musician is like their bread and butter. They have to earn their living from it. So if the time keeps on expanding like this, it will be a hard kind of living for them. So let's hope like this gets over and their life comes back to normal.
Correct, because Karma mentioned something about infection. Now, yes, there is a virus which is a infection. Plus, we're talking about even infection such as domestic violence,
Yeah.
uh, bad negativity around social media, not utilizing your time, not discovering yourself. Uh, that's also a form of infection, which is as serious as the virus out there.
yes, yes.
Try to cure that infection too. That, like how Karma mentioned, self-realization. I take this time to reflect. I think so the all four of us, we take time, not only the four of us, everybody out there is taking time to reflect, trying to be a better person, man. At the end of the day, we should realize that there will be a cure out there, and this will be stopped. But we have to come out of this situation as better people, physically, mentally, and spiritually. And that is the key factor over here. And musically, of course, we should
Oh
be
yeah.
playing stuff we never thought we could play. Oh my
See,
God.
music is there
You
by
know,
core, okay?
yeah,
You can't
absolutely.
take like music from any kind of musician, okay? You can take money, you can take their house, everything, but music you cannot take. It's their talent you cannot take.
You cannot
Correct.
take my music. You cannot.
Yes, yes, exactly. And if
Example,
you
you can
guys
go
know
ahead and
this,
take like the Dio scooter from Rigyal, but you cannot take his PRS.
that was
You
literally the
cannot.
worst
You
example I've heard
no
in my
no no.
life.
You
But
cannot. You dude. Exactly. You cannot take any of it, man. You cannot take them as good in the end. To be honest, man.
but we have to remember one very very important thing here, like, when it comes to musicality, right? A lot of people can go overboard, as long as you're not doing the, oh, what's Karma, oh, okay, he's having hookah, okay, all right. So dude, what on earth is that, man?
No, this is a new pipe like this. Get it?
I thought
Is
I
that a
thought you're
vacuum
sucking on
cleaner?
are you vacuum cleaner? I swear. Is that a vacuum cleaner?
Huh? Yeah, it looks like a vacuum cleaner,
Dude,
man.
Anda, unsa na
dude.
agya problem sa na?
China, what is the size?
What is the size?
What is it?
No, it looks
Why?
I mean, what's that called? The round size.
Oh, okay.
Dive-
Wow, you're not making this any better. Namgel, you're not making this any better.
No, actually, this is
I think
called
he said
silicon
it
pipe.
dialect
Okay.
something. No.
See, this is basically called silicon pipe, and you have different
One
kind
more
of pipes.
advertisement.
Like I said, right? I'm good at hookah in this one. I
Yeah.
said it before.
No, but
I
that's
mean,
really, it's very unique.
Dude, see,
see, guys, you should all know that Karma's the only guy in this band right now who's putting something very big and black in his mouth. So we just got to like step back and
What is
let
this
him do
roast?
his
The
thing.
roast sessions.
The roast of Karma Bhutia.
What is the biggest challenge you have with being yourself?
That's a very, very good question. That's a very good question.
It's a very thought-provoking question.
Yeah. I mean, repeat the question again. Repeat the question again. Repeat the question again.
It's the motherfucking Eagle Double G. Snoop Dogg.
Just give me like a
I hope
few
that's cut
seconds
out
to
from
think
this
about
video.
it.
So what happens is it's not about challenge of being myself. At the end of the day, like the challenge itself is to be yourself, man. Like with so much happening outside, with so much of permutations and combinations of people trying to influence you in every way or the other, being yourself is like the biggest challenge. So at the end of the day, staying
Yeah,
true to
yeah.
yourself, believing in what you in yourself, being original, even if you have your influences, putting a little bit of yourself. Yeah, man, that's some deep shit. And being that and doing that itself is a challenge. And over a period of time, once you get a grip over it, you will achieve your goals, your ambitions, your dreams, whatever you want to. So the challenge here is to be yourself. When everybody's trying to just imitate everybody, not sticking to their roots, not sticking to where they come from, trying to be somebody else, that is like a big no-no, man. At the end of the day, wake up, be yourself, be kind to yourself, be kind to everybody around you, your instruments, your family, your friends, your significant other. Even if this virus is not letting you go out and have a little bit of a good time, it's cool. Just be yourself. The challenge here is to be yourself, so be yourself.
Okay, great. And Rigyal, you want to continue on this?
No, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, yeah, you said it, dude. Like, I don't think I have anything to say.
Mhm.
Nothing, man.
What about Karma?
For me, is like currently we are like surrounded by so many things, like mainly social media like Instagram, Facebook, or any like websites and all, right? So people like nowadays tend to get like influenced very soon. Okay, looking at like some influencer and all, and I feel sometimes funny, like people with just 2,000 2,000 follower and all, they call themselves as an influencer in Instagram and all. Okay, so it's like the good things, if you are getting something from social media, go ahead and follow it. Okay, imbibe those things into your practical life, go ahead and do it. Like, it depends, like end of the day, you know yourself more than anyone else, right? So you know like where I have to set a ground level, where I have to like, you should know like where you have to like set your limit, whether I have to go ahead and change myself out of my boundary, or like go out of my comfort zone, or stay inside that. So being yourself is, you know, those things. Okay, like be like from your end, be from outside, just know your things better and stay in that limit. So that is what I feel.
How do you, how do you continue to learn in order to stay on top of things?
Who is to answer
Personal
that?
Within your
motivation.
role. Yeah.
Personal motivation, like you got to wake up and it has to be in your system that, hey, I have
Yeah,
to achieve
I don't.
something for today.
I think it's like I don't think anybody can push you, man, inside your stuff again. I mean, you gotta have that in your mind. Like, what are you gonna do today? Like, okay, in musical aspect or in any aspect that you do, whatever your stream of line or your stream of passion is, right? So again, it's you gotta wake up and be like, hey, I'm gonna do this today. I'm gonna probably make a 4 chord progression song, or I'm gonna learn this dance, or I'm gonna do this step, or I'm gonna do that. So I think you can only push yourself, right?
Yeah, I
and
mean, we
and
go through we go through phases. We go through phases where we lose that motivation, but it's just
definitely,
for that
yes,
day. It's
yes,
just it's just for that specific day.
yeah,
It's fine. But next day, wake
yes.
up and be like, oh man, I didn't achieve anything yesterday. Let's do something today. Let's work twice as hard today.
Yeah, some days you just want to be in the bed, man. That's it. Yeah, I know, man. I mean, that happens. But again, not every day can be like a sunny day, right? Not every day can. I mean, I mean, look around you, man. Everything is constantly changing every day. So definitely the energy in you also changes, right? So yeah, man. But when you feel good, make sure the day you feel good, you do what you love to do, that day, because when the timing is right, and when you do something, you tend to create something then, when the timing is just right and your energy is right. Like I think Reuben and me, we used to talk about this, right? The timing
Yeah,
thing,
yeah.
Hookah and
Yeah,
chill.
for
Hookah
me,
boy.
yeah, for me, it's like see, every day, as Rigyal mentioned, every day is not a Sunday, right? So let me give you an example in terms of Namgyal. He writes all the lyrics, composition, everything he does for our band, right? Let's say as an example, every day you cannot say Namgyal, okay, go ahead and compose one song each and every day. So it will be difficult for him. There are certain things in music like where you need to go ahead and get a feel. So I can just grab a guitar and just play 24 hours, but trust me, I can just play a cover, but I cannot compose my own original song. Because to go ahead and compose that, you need to be in that particular zone where you need to get some kind of inspiration or some kind of self thought process where, okay, gonna go ahead and today I have like this in me that I want to go ahead and create a good music, or I want to write a good music and try to make something out of it. So for me, it's like it has to be in that particular zone. Okay, I can just simply take my guitar and play bass guitar like that. I can just listen in the computer and play, but to for me to go ahead and like implement that, create something new, like everyone has the different perspective, but for me I have to be in that zone actually. I have to feel that, okay, I want to create something new and make something like I for me in past I used to write few like guitar things and all, not that great and all. I used to write few songs and all, but actually I had to be in that zone to write those things. So it depends. From Namgil has a different factor, I have a different factor, Ruben, you have a different factor, and Rigel has a different factor. For me, it's like I need that particular moment and zone.
Yeah, and one more thing is like try not to learn like 500 different things. Select 10 to 20 of what you want and get really good at it. Like do a complete job. You know, why be half-assed with 500 aspects when you can be really kick-ass with 10 aspects? Move on to the next 10. You know,
Yeah.
it's not about learning everything. I mean, where's the feel factor if you learn everything?
Exactly. That's what I was
Get good
talking
at.
about, the feel factor. So I just simply don't want to pick up guitar, just keep on playing for 24 hours without making any progress in that.
Hmm.
See,
So that's what I
as
mentioned. I need to be in that particular zone so that when I'm playing, I'm getting some valuable input from that, not just picking up the guitar and playing for namesake.
well, I will say that works. That is actually universal for most of all. Most of us. I mean, I'm not gonna sit down and just keep playing. Like, unless something hits me, some kind of a motivation or emotional something. Then I create something, right? Where you connect to it. I think
Yeah.
that's what art is about.
See,
Not just making music.
for me in this band, let's say I told you right earlier when we were talking about this, I was into kind of genre mostly like Guns N' Roses, Iron Maiden, and all. Okay,
It's
to
a
be
great
honest,
genre, man.
yeah,
Like you can't get any better than that. Yeah.
exactly. Like, but at that point of time, I was not inspired playing bass guitar and all. Though I used to play just rhythm guitar, I was happy with it. So after joining this band, like Namgale and Rigel, like they have a different dimension towards the music. So they told me like try listening this band and all. So every day I started listening like Audio Slave, Foo Fighters, Alice in Chain, Incubus, every different band. So slowly what happened, it started inspiring me, those tracks and all where I used to pick up the bass guitar and all. To be honest, I've never played bass guitar in my life before. But when I joined this band, the first track I picked up was Best of You from Foo Fighters. So that was the first audio I played on the YouTube. The bass cover, bass tab and all I learned. So I got kind of motivated, okay, like how I can go ahead and play bass, and I thought like I can be a bass guitarist. It's not that I cannot play, I can be. So I have that kind of feeling. So when Namgil gave me 14 songs, I tried to pick. So that first day when we played, I'm not saying I was perfect, but I tried to cover it somehow, playing the normal chords and all. But now with my interest right now, I know that okay, these are the bass things and all, how are the bass patterns and all. So that has kept me motivated actually. So great thanks to like I say Rigel and Namgil in this. Personally, in my life with regards to my music tour till my like have like till now till present, like these two have been a great influence.
I mean, see, Karma,
That
you got your timing right.
yeah.
You got your
Yes,
timing right. You know,
absolutely.
meeting
Yeah,
these
that's
guys
a great
on a
example
very
of
spiritual
the
level.
right
Yeah,
timing.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, right timing. You met these
See,
guys.
something bad also to have his timing. I mean, the universe had to break
Yeah.
our other bassist hand. That was crazy. I mean, so that's like how we got it, right?
And not
Yeah.
just
So
that, not just that. We also lost our guitars, right?
yeah,
They
in
rocked the
fact,
guitar. Yeah, we had nothing during the show. We had to borrow guitars, something like. I just bought the bass
yeah,
guitar. I remember. Yeah.
dude, when I think about that show, that show where Aga Karma performed with us, that is one of the worst shows, man. Like the feeling wise, because I had just lost my guitar, and I am playing somebody else's guitar, but I'm doing a
Yeah.
live show. Okay,
Yeah.
fine.
A misconception you think people have about you?
I don't know, like the people never complain about like misconception or something like that.
Like, what if is there
I don't know, like
anything?
see, different people have different mindset. They might interpret in some other way, right? So, uh, be it in workplace, be it everywhere in terms of like your personal life, everyone will have like some or the other kind of misconception about you. So, end of the day, like what I believe is you be right in your place, because like see, you cannot go ahead in front of everyone and justify yourself that you are true or you are false, anything like that, right? So end of the day, like coming back to the same topic, just be yourself, hold your ground. So you cannot go to each and every person and say, hey, I want to justify myself and all. Like I said, like this kind of misconception happens everywhere, not in your music life only. You have your personal life, you have music, you have your work life. Everywhere, for every single person, misconception is there,
Mm-hmm.
is what I
That's
believe.
great. Yeah. Rigyal?
I don't know. What do you think, Reuben?
Yes. Thank you so much for handling
That's a great
that
answer.
so
Yeah.
conveniently. Yeah. Like, hey, what is the one thing that people find misguiding about you? Ruben, why don't
I
you answer
think
that
no,
question?
no. I think it's
Since we stay
yeah,
together.
Yeah.
yeah. I guess you know. I don't talk much, right? So people find me, how do I say it, man? But yeah, I mean, once you talk to me, like I can talk, man. I can have conversation like that. So I
Then you
think,
guys can walk the talk.
yeah, you know.
Oh, pen drop moment.
Yeah, and you, Reuben.
Yes. I think I'll let Rigyal answer this question.
You guys keep passing on the question to each other, man.
I think no.
No, let
Yeah, I'll
Namgil
answer
also
that.
talk, because Namgil has been asking question, right? So let him
Yeah.
share his thought
No,
as
no, no.
well.
I'll ask
I
questions.
mean,
That's
No,
fine.
a misconception of Reuben is that people think he sucks, but he
Yeah.
doesn't suck, man. He's good, man.
Yeah.
No,
yes, the
misconception about
only
Ruben is people think that he talks a lot, but actually
well,
he
I
doesn't
do.
talk.
Actually,
He's
he
a very
does.
silent guy.
Actually, he does.
Actually, see, the thing is like I love being myself and I like being myself always. And the misconception here is enthusiasm. A lot of people, I've mentioned it before, and that will be the only answer I give. 10 years from now, you ask that question, I will give you the same answer. It's the enthusiasm. Some people just don't get the enthusiasm because maybe they're having a rough day, and maybe
Uh-huh.
if they're having a rough day, they need that enthusiasm.
Yeah.
It's a double-edged sword, and sometimes they don't get it, and it's absolutely fine if they don't get it, and if they find it highly offensive, it's absolutely fine. The important thing is not to change yourself. If you're happy like this, continue being like that. And one thing I would can say about Rigel is, though he doesn't talk a lot, I love talking philosophy with him. He's one of the best people to talk philosophy with, and we are
Oh.
always going on these philosophical journeys of life. We're reading, we're always constantly quoting like philosophers to each other for
Yeah.
what apparent reason I don't know. And that's the best part.
But
Yes,
it
he's a
but it
silent
helps.
guy, he's
It,
reserved, but
it,
he's
it
awesome.
helps, man.
Sadhguru of Dirt Machine.
No,
the,
no.
the important the important fact here is like we get along with each other. Okay. And the most important fact here is like Karma going into the dark web and doing some illegal activities all the time, and trying
Yeah.
to, oh yeah, I mean, what's the deal, Karma? Like, get your hands off these things, man.
Tell me the website name, bro. www.
Dot
I
dark
don't
web,
know,
darkweb.com.
you're the one on the dark web, not me.
Yeah. Okay, guys. Anyways, I'm moving on to the next question. Okay.
Yeah.
This will be the last one. So
Yeah.
that one thing you guys are, you're really bad at, apart from sex.
Oh, shit.
Pen drop.
Pen drop moment! Pen drop! Pen drop moment!
Yeah.
Bad at, right?
Reuben, don't get offended.
Well, Reuben will get I5 award for that, bro. For this question.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Filmfare,
mean,
every award Reuben will grab for this, bro.
yeah, like what
I think I'll say the first
Yeah.
answer. I'm very bad at starting conversation.
That's a strong one to start with. What about you guys?
I'm very bad at ending the conversation. I can start a conversation. I'll keep talking with the conversation. Where the
No,
fuck do I end
dude.
it?
Karma is like,
Where the fuck?
Karma will be like, I'm very bad at being in the conversation.
Dude, I'm like that. Somewhere in between, okay? It has to be interesting, okay? Otherwise, like, you'll get bored of definitely.
Actually, that was something that I wanted. Like, how do I end this conversation? Because I just want to keep talking and talking and talking, and I know the other person's getting bored, or maybe they're deviating from the thing. But
Dude, you talk so much, I forgot my questions, man.
Absolutely, that's what I'm trying to say over here, man. But that is one thing. Like, I just I mean, the other person is literally dying. They're like, please get the fuck out of my face. And I'm like, that is one something.
And Karma?
How to start, how to end, I don't know.
He's not even in the conversation.
He's just in between somewhere, man.
Here we are talking about the fact that we can't start or end a conversation. Some people can't even know, are not even in the conversation.
And we are having this session, man.
Yeah, casual. This is way too casual, man.
I still remember we were having one of these get-togethers in Karma's house, and Karma's always a wonderful host. I would like to be very, very, very thoughtful about that. Karma is an exceptionally kind host who is always there. I mean, when we went to Sikkim, we stayed at
shout out to her as well.
Shout out to Nikki. Shout out to Nikki and Leon for being
Leon and Uncle and Aunt.
kind. Yes, Uncle and Auntie, they were so kind. I mean, he was always there to be like, don't worry, I'll take care of it. Don't worry, I'll take care of it. And that speaks volumes of his awesome hospital personality.
Hospitality.
Hospitality, yeah, exactly. I mean, A+ for that. So when we were hanging out in Karma's place, we were having these wonderful conversations. We were having a really good time, and we were enjoying so much that we did not realize that Karma was sleeping right behind us. Yeah, he just dozed off. And we're like, hey, what's Karma doing? And we look back and he's sleeping, and we're like, okay, whatever. So and we get off with that.
Yeah, man, but what's that about? I've always noticed, like, even if it's a show or anything, we come back, the first Karma just dozes off. Like, there's no after parties for him. There's no.
It's not just once, man.
Yeah.
It's not just once. It's more than once.
Yeah. Dude, Karma puts the do and dozing, man. Nobody can doze like Karma.
Dude,
Like,
you see the kind of energy
I wish I
goes
can
in
doze
the
like him,
stage.
man.
But speaking of all the bad stuff, okay, dude, like, what about you, Namgir? What is the one bad factor about you? Come, let's rebound the question right at you.
Bad factor.
Dude, the bad factor about him is he keeps his hairstyle like Arjun Rampal.
Is that a bad thing?
I just watched myself now, on the screen. I look like the Salman Khan from Tere Naam Man.
Dude, that split is so big, we can pass one
Boom,
tractor
roasted
over
myself.
it.
Boom.
So
That's how a guy without food looks like. Oh, you're back.
I like the fact that Karma's like muted himself.
Reuben,
Karma, why did you unmute yourself,
No.
man?
No, his like forehead so big, right? You can definitely get a Hot Wheels and play it like this on his forehead.
And now this Karma is getting carried on with the roast thing. Let me eat one more.
Yeah, I know. Karma, be a little classy with your roast, man. Like, for example, Namgil, your forehead is so big that they can conduct Pari Dakar on your forehead, dude. They can conduct the Dakar rally on your forehead.
Don't tell they can land a chopper on his forehead now.
Hey, dudes, what did I talk about being classy? Please be classy.
You miss Dansburg, bro.
Dude, I miss everything about Sikkim, man. I'm
Dude,
having I'm
dude, one
having
roast, one
Sikkim
roast, one
withdrawals.
roast. Karma looks like the divorcee who's in a bar alone.
Dude, get your jokes. Standard.
It's like
No,
the
I
guy
feel
was
like
like,
right now, looking at Rigyal, I feel like Tere Naam Part 2, where Salman Khan goes like totally crazy, with the haircut and all. Putting headphone and laughing. What is going on? I don't know.
Karma, you look like one of those uncles who just waits outside schools for children to come out, dude.
Pap- pap-
Okay, what is this roast
Ruben,
session, bro?
Ruben, you look like you've not had food for like days, man.
Okay, from my end. So everyone who'll be watching this vlog, you can say, or podcast, right? So we put like a lot of efforts making the music, right? So we are following our genre, that's Nepali music. It's not about like Western or Nepali, but like it goes like a lot of hard works when musician works, right? So request all the people to give a listen and do support all the musician, not only like don't discriminate any kind of music, support local music as well, other music, other form of music as well. That's all.
Great,
Yeah.
great, great. That's awesome, man. What about you, Rigyal?
Um, what do I say, man? I just say like stay safe, be brave, and be you.
What about
That
you?
do not deviate from the end goal, which is listening to our music on YouTube and Instagram. So follow us on follow us on follow us on Instagram, follow us on YouTube. We are Dirt Machine, DIRT space MACHINE. Support your local band. Keep listening to music. Keep listening to as much as music as you can. Like whether they're from India, whether they're from Nepal, and Nepal has got some serious artists which were introduced to me by these three lovely folks over here.
Yeah.
And they would like I would listen to them and I would let my friends also know about it, and they would be like, "Dude, this is like really, really good." There's so many good artists from Nepal, from Sikkim, from Kalimpong, Darjeeling, and support them. Give them a shout out. Just don't listen for the sake of listening. They have a story to tell, and they want you to be a part of that story. So listen to them. Listen to your artists. Listen to whatever you want to listen to. Stay motivated, stay happy, be kind to yourself, and be kind to others, and stay safe, stay happy. Wash your hands, wear a mask, you know and we're in this together now, and we'll get out of this together. So
Before we end, whoever all the divorcees are there who has divorced, who are singles and all, please, if you're feeling bored, please go on Instagram, go on Facebook, hit Reuben Aditya. He'll give you best of time. He'll keep on talking. You guys will love it.
yeah, but usually it's a paid service. I hope you guys are like ready to shell money out.
You need to
you
have a
know
PayPal
uh,
account. Yeah.
yeah,
Dude,
you really have to spend money.
they'll pay you to stop talking, man.
Dude, at the end of the day, I'm making money. Like, imagine that
Bottle drop,
bottle drop, pen drop.
Don't drop the
But
hookah.
yeah, but at the end of the day, you know, I'll be making money, which is like freaking awesome. Doing what I love. So that's an example, folks. Do what you love. Even if people are paying you to
Yes.
stop talking, or you're going on the dark web and doing some very, very
Dude, if Guinness Book of World Record is
illegal
held for just for
activities.
talking, or trust me, they'll give an award to you.
It's our pleasure. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you so
Yes.
much for having us on the show. It's always great talking to you and talking to the rest of the boys. In the meanwhile, don't worry. We're always coming up with ideas for new music, and it'll be hitting you guys soon. So take care. Love
Very
you all.
soon.
Peace,
Yeah.
love, and
Yeah.
harmony.
Great.
You
Thank you so
guys,
much, guys, once again, and thank you for watching today's show. Hope you guys had a great time. Bye.
Peace
shout out
out.
to Namgyal.